Hello everyone, it's Dylan from Yu-Gi-Oh! Everything, and welcome back to another Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion video. So for those of you that are not in the weeds as much as I am, you might not realize that at the end of this year, in just 7 short months from the time of recording this video, we are most likely getting another Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime announcement. Now the reason this is most likely the case is because Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's, the first Rush Duel anime, lasted exactly 2 years, and if Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, the current Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime, is also going to last 2 years, then we are in the final year of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, and in December of 2023 at Jump Festa, we can expect Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 to be announced. So this is something that I wanted to make a quick video on, a quick discussion on, primarily focusing on my opinions on it. I just kind of wanted to share my opinions with you guys, see how you guys feel, and look at whether I think the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime might revert back to a Master Rule anime. Now, a lot of you guys are always asking me this. I know there's a lot of people that maybe don't watch 7s or Go Rush, even though personally I have really enjoyed them, and I would definitely implore that you at least give them a chance, because even though they are targeted for a younger audience and it's more comedic, it has been 2 really good experiences, especially currently with Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. It's been really, really good. But anyway, getting off on a tangent there, a lot of you guys will ask me, Dylan, do you think we are ever going to go back to a Master Rule Yu-Gi-Oh? Well, that's definitely going to be the question that's going to be raised probably every time we are set for another Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime release. And with that release being most likely 7 months away, I felt what better time than now to make a discussion video on said topic. So my thoughts on the matter. I personally believe that Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 is going to be another Rush Duel anime. And I know that's maybe not what some of you want to hear. I know a lot of you guys probably want to get back to the Master Rule style anime, but personally, I think that we are gearing up for a trilogy here, and I have a couple of reasons as to why I feel that way. First of all, Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush is directly correlated with Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's. Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's main character, Odo Yuga, shows up in Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. He has a very major part to play in the story of Go Rush, and there's elements even beyond Yuga that connect the shows very, very strongly. And we saw at the end of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's that Yuga returned to the Earth. He returned back to his home world, and we imagine that's probably how Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush is going to end. Well, personally, based on how Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush is playing out, I really do believe Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 is going to be a sequel to Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's and thus Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush does take place in the past of Yu-Gi-Oh! 7's, and I think Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 might be about the shattered timeline, multiverse. I don't know what they're going to do. The whole timeline stuff is now very weird, even just looking at 7's and Go Rush, because they're messing with things that happened in the past. So wouldn't that affect the new timeline of 7's? Or is there a different branch? Maybe Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 will take place on the different timeline branch that was created because of the events of Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush. I think there's a lot of ways they can go about it. But the reason I think we're also getting a trilogy is because I think low-key, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has always looked at their shows as loosely based and tied together trilogies. And I know that might be weird, but I have personally always viewed the Yu-Gi-Oh! Shows, looking at the Gallop ones, as the first 3 and the latter 3. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Monsters GX and 5Ds were loosely connected, and they were solidly tied in due to the Bonds Beyond Time movie. And then the latter 3 with Zexal, Arc 5, and Vrains, even though there's not really any major connections between those in terms of a timeline period, we did get 3 more Master Rule anime before we switched over to Rush Duel. So I really do think Rush Duel is going to get at least 3 anime. I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh! With their shows likes to work in 3s, even if it's not outright stated. And trilogies are a thing that's been around and popular for so many years now, thinking back to Star Wars, which was back, in the 70s or 80s. Trilogies are always a thing, and I think, again, you look back at why did Yu-Gi-Oh! Switch to the Rush Duel anime? Well, they wanted to promote a new game, and while it's frustrating as hell that that game has not come outside of the OCG, and I don't know if it'll ever come outside of the OCG, the idea with Rush Duel anime is they want to promote Rush Duels because they feel like the main game is at a place where it no longer needs an anime to back it up. And That's the other major reason here, guys. I know a lot of people maybe want to see a Master Rule anime, but the truth is, Konami does not need to do that. We've had our 3-year marker since the board changed after Yu-Gi-Oh! Reigns came to an end. We do not have a new summoning mechanic. I don't think we're going to get a new mechanic in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! For probably another couple of years, if ever, honestly. And looking at how the company did in 2022, here's an article for you. Yu-Gi-Oh! Drives a record year for Konami with profits up 25% to $626 million. Now, yes, that is partially contributed to Master Duel and how successful that simulator has been, but still, the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! Is in a very strong, very comfortable position, and so I don't think they're going to spend resources to animate a series around Master Rule Yu-Gi-Oh! I just think that we're beyond that in the year of 2023, and while I think we could revisit it when Yu-Gi-Oh! 10 comes around, I don't see it happening here for Yu-Gi-Oh! 9. So, personally, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! 9, I feel pretty good that it's going to be another Rush Duel series. I feel pretty good that it's going to be connected to Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush and Yu-Gi-Oh! 7s, and it's going to kind of finish off a Rush trilogy. And then when Yu-Gi-Oh! 10 comes around, which would be at the end of 2025, I know now we're getting way in the future, I think that's when we can have a good, honest debate as to whether we are going to stick with Rush Duel anime, whether we're going to go back to Master Rule anime, which I think becomes way more possible when Yu-Gi-Oh! 10 comes out, or if we're going to get something like a lore anime or an OCG structures in an anime form, which would be super, super cool. But personally, for Yu-Gi-Oh! 9, I just think that we're not getting a new mechanic anytime soon in the main game. The main game is doing super well, and it just has always felt like these shows, 7s and Go Rush, are going to be completed in a trilogy format. And so I think Yu-Gi-Oh! 9 is going to be another Rush Duel focused anime, and I think it's going to tie in pretty strongly to the events of 7s and Go Rush. But guys, let me know your thoughts, whether you're looking forward to one over the other in terms of type of Yu-Gi-Oh! We are only 7 months away from another major announcement, expected announcement, and that is the form of Yu-Gi-Oh! 9. So let me know all your thoughts on this topic down below, what you want to see and what you think they will do. I'm very excited to hear your thoughts. A special thank you to my Platinum tier patrons, Goosey Q and Panther J, and to my Diamond tier patrons, Jesse Wood, Latrell Smith, and Elaine, and to my Egyptian God tier patron, Pink Penguin. Be sure to check out my Patreon for additional channel perks. Thank you to everybody who is a patron or channel member. You guys help me out tremendously. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to check out my channel for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime content, and I hope you have an amazing day.